This episode is brought to you by Buy My Stuff on eBay. Yes, you too can buy my stuff from eBay. Simply search for the seller, Tin Dog Podcast, and you can own some rare and collectible items. From the same people who brought you Buy My Books on Amazon. Check the show notes for a direct link.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog Podcast. This time I'm talking about not a Doctor Who, not a Torchwood, not a River Song. I'm talking about Sky Before the Chaos. Okay, so here's the thing. I've always had this thing about a TV show that doesn't exist. We'll call it, for sake of argument, Professor X, which was just a Mickey take of Doctor Who. But imagine there being, merchandise available. For example, I wear a t-shirt for a game that was never ever released. The one that's mentioned in the Apple TV show. Yeah? I like that sort of thing. Now, Big Finish come along and they release Sky, which is, admittedly, based on a TV show from 1975 when I was 3, which I've never seen, never heard of, and frankly, don't really believe it really exists. It fits into that exciting world of, Chucky would be the 80s, but this is more your Tomorrow people and your Children of the Stones kind of era. This is a world where I just didn't believe that this program was real. And because of that, I was completely interested. Genuinely. Bob Baker and Dave Martin always did nice stuff. Lovely, rattling along storylines, big ideas, CSO deliveries, but yeah. That's fine. But like I said, I didn't believe it existed, and I had no problem with that. Now I know I'm going to be able to track it down on YouTube. That's mentioned in the end credits. But, let's read what it says in the synopsis, and then we can have a chat about it. First broadcast in 1975 on ITV children's series, Sky followed a time-travelling alien boy with solid blue eyes and psychic powers who found himself on Earth in the wrong period of history. 50 years later, Sky has been reborn. But why now? And what does Sky want with the old man living in sheltered accommodation who used to fight to save planet Earth from destroying itself? It's in 3 parts, and the second volume is already, recorded. It's already on sale on Big Finish's website. But why should you, my beloved and probably attractive listener, bother your asses to buy something for a TV show that even I can't remember? Now, step 1, you might remember it. It might have been on in your ITV area. It might have been repeated for you. And you might go, hey, I remember that. That was great. Well, if that's for you, then this is for you. Because I approached it in the exciting way that I've just described, where I believe that it's a sequel to a TV series that didn't exist. I'm not going to say Garth Marenghi, but you get what I mean. Oh my God, please can Big Finish do a Garth Marenghi anniversary audio release with a different cast? That'd be great. I've got notes and everything. Sorry, getting back to this. Now, written by Gary Russell. We'll talk about that in a minute. Apotheosis. You know what? I can't even say the words for some of these. I know that Calyx is episode 3. Detropism. Yeah, Detropism for the second one. Oh. Okay, so let's do these one at a time. Apotheosis, story 1. 2 teenagers, the executive of Youngwell Corporation, a discredited journalist, and an old man in a nursing home are brought together when a mysterious voice calls from within an ancient burial mound in the heart of Stanton Cheney. The crows are flying, the public are chanting, and something malevolent is about to make itself known. Now, because I came to this with zero baggage, and the cover hardly gives away too much, I was instantly intrigued and impressed. I mean, let's face it, in episode 1 is all about building the mystery, and it really pays off in spades. Gary can do this. He really does know how to do this. He's been working on the Time Slip series, and there are some parallels with this, and there's also some parallels with the Time Tunnel series as well. But that's for later, that's not important. What is important right now is that you've got this build-up, this nice set in our real world, a world which happened, Sky, you know about Sky. You find out about the original TV series of Sky at the same rate that the niece of the old man in the home, well, let's face it, we've all figured it out. The old man in the home is the friend of Sky from the original TV series, but he's now just an old man who had a bit of a David Icke incident earlier on. And here's the thing, because we're learning at the same rate as the niece, we've bought into it at the same rate as the niece. We completely go with it. We're learning a lot of the facts. And anything that's remotely a flashback or refers back to another episode that we didn't see on TV, we just give it, we go, yeah, that's fine. And it's just like we used to do with Doctor Who when we were watching the VHS and we didn't know about earlier stories. Sky is a bit more androgynous in this story, and that's perfectly acceptable and explained away really well. Sky is, to all intents and purposes, a god, although doesn't really want to behave like one, just an advanced alien who are from a race called the Travellers. It's not Doctor Who. They're not Gallifreyan. There's a lot of ley line chat, and that's the sort of thing I love. Let's face it, I need to say, happy solstice, everyone, for those of you who celebrate. And trust me, I'm one of those people. Story 2. Sky is reunited with his old friends and is now a TV superstar. All of these have a big jump in between them, which kind of throws me. Oh, hang on. Here's my issue. It's a tiny issue and something that I'm pretty sure happened on TV, okay? Do you remember on, Murder, She Wrote, okay? And the episode would start with, in tonight's episode, and there'd be sort of a little montage and a bit of action, and then you'd go into the episode. Thunderbirds was always guilty of this. Now, what I used to do was either close my eyes and stick my fingers in my ear until I could hear the music, or then do that because I'd already bought into it. I'd already gone, yes, I'm going to watch this. Well, there's something similar going on here, which, to be fair, on audio, if you're not expecting it, makes you go, oh shit, have I pressed the wrong button on my MP3 player? What's going on here? Or has it skipped a track? Oh God, have I not downloaded it properly? Etc, etc. These are all the panicky thoughts. Gary, I get what you're doing. You're trying to recreate something, but please, you don't need to. We've paid our money. We're going to listen to it. It's fine. Just go straight into the episode. Don't bother with some sort of prequel moment. It's not important. And it'll give you an extra 2 minutes worth of actual gap where you can fill with narrative. Okay, now, Gary does write well. I've got an issue with story 3, but it's a very small issue, and that's fine. Story 2, there's more build-up, there's more characterization, there's more backstory, which is always good. And the characters are developing and coming along perfectly well. People who you think are secondary aren't, and all sorts. It's great. It's really well constructed. As a survivor of mankind struggle to live beneath the biomassive plant life that literally envelops the planet, cutting off the sunlight and the air, an old enemy of Sky's finally manifests, determined to make things worse. As the hunt for the Juggernaut, oh my God, why is that not a 1970s rock band, a prog rock band? Ladies and gentlemen, Juggernaut. Great. Becomes more and more desperate. Bex, Briggs discover that one should never stand still for too long in this terrifying new world order. This last story does feel similar to some of the other things that I mentioned that have got Gary's fingerprints all over them. It's very bleak, it's very dark, it's very monotonous in the sense that the world that they've created, and it's 6 months later, which is a massive jump because you're kind of on a cliffhanger and then it just jumps to 6 months later. It's a very brave narrative move. I honestly cannot wait for the next volume. If I've even remotely tickled your taste buds on this one, that's good, because I thoroughly enjoyed it and couldn't wait to keep going. When we reached the end of episode 3, I was like, oh, is there another episode? Oh no, I've got to wait a year. an entire year for this, which means I'll probably re-listen to it and come back to it then. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is a cracking release. Well worth it. Absolutely worth it. Here's the trailer. Decide for yourself, as always. And until next time... Oh, can I just ask you a question? Did you enjoy the quiz? Do you want me to do some more? Be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Sky, Before the Chaos.
Threads are coming together. I can see patterns and ley lines converging.
Well, it's no secret your family disowned you. You're a pariah in your hometown because you reckoned you talked with God. You've got to admit, that's one hell of a claim to make.
I never said I talked to God. I said I talked to a god, a being who had the powers of a god, and he was attacked by this planet and driven out despite all the good he could have achieved for us, because the planet knows, the planet feels things, the planet...
We'll be right back in a moment with more from Robert Venner, the man who talks to God and says we're all going to be murdered by sentient twigs.
This is Rhea Holmes. How may I help you?
The Barrow. Come to the Barrow.
What?
What's that, dear?
Who is this?
It's me.
Not you. I'm talking to the phone person.
How long have you and I been apart, Harvey?
Over 50 years, Sky. 50 bloody years.
Bex, who is Robbie talking to?
No idea. He's got angry before, but I've never heard him talking to himself.
I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to Sky. In my head.
Right. Of course you are.
You seriously think some weird Neolithic barrow is the cause of this?
Well, perhaps it's not Neolithic, Rhea. That's the whole point. No one even noticed the barrow till about 15 years ago.
My corporation have examined its history. It certainly is prehistoric. It probably only came to everyone's attention because we re-landscaped this park back then.
Youngwell Corp examined it. Why?
But why are you back? Why are you here?
All those years ago, Harvey, you travelled to beyond the chaos, remember? While there, I gave you a farewell gift, a part of my power.
Yeah, I remember.
It was an error. I started to decay myself, to die. I came to your time again, to retrieve it, but couldn't find you. So I entered the cocoon until I was mentally strong enough to find you, to bring you here. Are you willing to give it back to me? To save my life? Again?
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. All topics discussed are the intellectual property of the copyright owners. No infringement is intended. Why not follow the show on Blue Sky at tindogpodcast.bsky.social. If you've enjoyed this podcast on YouTube, please click like and subscribe. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.